Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you week 5 of the GBA. Here we are, the St. Louis Rampardos are about to take on the Pittsburgh PiRattatas and the coach, Old Man Tups. As you can see, my team on the layout, if you have not seen the pregame press conference, is in the description. And this is my guest for Tups' team, Alakazam, Azumarill, Heatran, Salamence, Mamo, and Aromatis. So we're going to see what he brings here in just a moment. Week 5, we are undefeated going into this match, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed, hope that everything goes our way, and we're able to take down his onslaught of big threats. So let's see what he's got first of all. I predicted his team perfectly, so there you go. That works out really well. So Mamo, Aromatis, Azumarill, Alakazam, not surprised, Heatran, and Salamence. Okay, so that makes me feel really good just starting. Predicting his team off really well. So leads on his end, I'm thinking he could lead with Mamoswine, which is fine. That gives me a good opportunity to lead with Sableye. Sableye actually matches up pretty well against everything except for maybe Azumarill. But Azumarill doesn't want to get burned on Prankster first turn. So I'm thinking, based on what he's got going on here, I think it makes sense to lead with Sableye and just make sure he doesn't get rocks up with Mamo. And I could burn anything, and if he brings in the Heatran, I can predict the switch and go for knockoff too. So there's some options there. So I feel pretty comfortable. I did think about this already a few times, and I feel pretty comfortable in leading with Sableye to start off the match. That was really my intention, and it's pretty much what I've done every week. And I understand that that's a bit predictable, and that's fine with me also. It doesn't stress me out too much, just because I fully understand that Sableye is really important for me to deter hazard. So we're gonna jump right into this battle. All right, man, this is gonna be intense. This is gonna be intense, man. Obviously, guys, our question of the day is, now that we're halfway through the season, who do you think the best 3 teams are? And of course, if you do enjoy my content and the GBA, please leave a thumbs up rating for me. He's gonna lead with Aromatis, not too surprising there. Probably just trying to keep me from getting up, leading with this guy here. So I'm not too surprised. A Moonblast, however, is going to do nothing to Nidoqueen, I'd imagine. So this might be a good opportunity for me to just swap into Nidoqueen. I do want to just double check a few things here, because Aromatis typically isn't going to be that offensive. So he's not going to be running Trick Room, I don't think. So let me just see. A Moonblast doesn't do anything to a Nidoqueen, especially if he's defensive. So we're just going to make the safe play and just go right out into Nidoqueen right off the bat. That'll give me an opportunity. He's got really nothing wants to switch in on a Poison Jab anyway. Heatran is not really a valid switch into a Poison Jab. So let's just go to Chesticles here. If he doubles out, good play. He doesn't. He's going to stay in. Actually, I think he's going to stay in. We'll see what he's going to do. He can't T-Wave me and he can't Toxic me, so we'll see what he's going to do. He's going to go for that Moonblast. We're going to find out what set he is right now. We'll see how much this does. It is going to do basically nothing. So that is a defensive Aromatis. So he's got nothing that wants to take a Poison Jab here. So I can make a safe play and go for the Earthquake, or I can just get on my Stealth Rocks knowing he has no Defog or a Spinner. So I'm thinking the Stealth Rocks makes the most sense. Knowing that this is a defensive Aromatis, I could go for a Poison Jab right here, but the Heatran switching is pretty obvious. And I don't want to go for Earthquake and have him be Air Balloon or something like that. So I'm just going to get my rocks. That makes the most sense. I do know his Aromatis does have Moonblast, and I have reason to believe it is a defensive Aromatis. So not bad so far. I'm just going to get up my rocks, because again, his only potential defogger I think is Salamence. I don't really think that's like a valid defogger, truthfully. So I really like Chesticles' matchup against most of his team, with the exception of maybe Mamo. But either way, I am going to be able to hit something super hard. So if he wants to trade Stealth Rocks, that's fine if he goes into Mamo here. But Mamo's not going to want to take a Poison Jab and then an Earthquake either, or a Poison Jab. He doesn't know if I'm special or physical either. So he could be in trouble here. He's going to switch probably into Heatran, I would guess. In comes Muraco, which is what? Salamence. He's gonna go straight into Salamence here. That's fine with me. I'm gonna get on my Stealth Rocks. He is not Intimidate Salamence. So that leads me to believe. Let me think here. Can I take a hit from a Salamence at this range? Because I could fire off an Ice Punch and kill him right now. I got my rocks up. He's going to be Salamence. He's got to know that I carry Ice Punch, though. He might have EQ. EQ doesn't kill from a mixed Salamence. What about Hydro Pump? I gotta just double check that if he's running max speed, I don't think he can kill me. If he's Adamant Nature or like Bandit or something, he'll kill me with an EQ. But I think I can live in EQ right now because of my HP investment, and an Ice Punch will kill him. So I'm gonna take this opportunity and just fire off an Ice Punch. I'm gonna take a little risk here. I got my rocks up. He's gonna go for Dragon Dance. I'm gonna fire off a big Ice Punch here. Oh my god, am I gonna get this kill? If he's Focus Sash, oh my god. If he's Focus Sash, it's not the worst thing in the world. Let's see if this Ice Punch will kill. If he's bulky, that's gonna knock him out. Nice! Nidoqueen picks up a huge kill right off the bat, picking up the Salamence right away with a huge Ice Punch. So I'm very excited about that. Nidoqueen kills Salamence with Ice Punch. So that's one huge threat out of the way. In comes this thing. In comes this thing. Now I gotta think about whether I want to save Nidoqueen. I think my best switching is into Chansey. I need to just relax for a second. I need to relax because we just got a huge kill. Alakazam comes in, it is Magic Guard. He's gonna trace whatever he takes. So I don't want him to trace Sheer Force. But I could go into Chansey right now. Chansey can take any hit, including a Psyshock, which could be coming. If he goes for Psyshock and I go to Mirror, I'm fine. If he goes for Substitute and I go to Chansey, I'm better off because I could just break his sub with Seismic Tosses. So this is a tough play here. Do I go into Mirror, predicting him to go, because if he goes for Dazzling Gleam, he's not going to go for Dazzling Gleam. He's not going to go for Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to Mirror. I'm taking a risk here. I'm going into Mirror. He's not going to Dazzling Gleam. He is not going to Dazzling Gleam right now. If he Dazzling Gleams, dude, prediction of the century, man. Prediction of the century. He's going to Mega Evolve. He has to Mega Evolve. I think he's going to go for Substitute. He is going to take my Magic Bounce, which is fine. But I don't think he's going to Dazzling Gleam, because if he Dazzling Gleams, he lost his Alakazam if I stayed in. That'd be a very big play. He's going to Trace. He actually gets my Prankster, which is fine. And he is going to go for Substitute. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about that at all. So now I have to Mega you as well, and he could Dazzling Gleam me. But what I can do is I could Shadow Sneak to break the sub. He has Prankster, so he could Prankster Substitute me all day long. But let me just see. If I have Mega Sableye against Mega Alakazam, a Shadow Sneak is going to do a lot. It actually is not enough to kill. It does about 50%, but it will be breaking his Sash here, or his subs. So I'm thinking I should just fire off a Shadow Sneak, and a Dazzling Gleam is gonna do a lot. It's gonna do 84%. So it's not gonna kill though. It's not gonna kill, and I could force him out with Shadow Sneaks and kind of get him to switch out. So I think that's my best play here. I'm gonna just go for a Shadow Sneak, or I can go for the knockoff too. It's not gonna make any difference. Let's go for the knockoff. Let's go for the knockoff. I'm not gonna reveal Shadow Sneak yet. I'm gonna get the Mega Evolve up. He should not have any chance of killing me with one Dazzling Gleam. He shouldn't. I know he's got Dazzling. He's got what? He doesn't have Dazzling Gleam? Did he predict me to switch? I'm gonna tank that, dude. I take like not that much from that. So he goes for Shadow Ball. I'm gonna break his sub there. And now I have an opportunity to fire off a big Shadow Sneak. It's not gonna kill, but it's going to do a lot. So considering he went for Shadow Ball, I think I should switch out though to Chansey. He's got Shadow Ball, Sub, Psyshock, maybe Focus Blast. So does Chansey make sense, or do I just stay in here? If he doesn't, I don't know if he's just baiting me that he doesn't have the Dazzling Gleam. I think I should just fire off a Shadow Sneak and get the damage off right now, because then I could Revenge Kill later. This thing is a problem. Let's just go for the Shadow Sneak. That was my plan all along. He's gonna switch. He doesn't have Dazzling Gleam, I don't think. Into Beauty. So he goes into his Aromatisse. We're gonna find out if this is leftovers right now or not. I'm gonna go for that big Shadow Sneak here, and it's gonna do a little bit of damage here. We're gonna find out. That did a decent amount. I want to just see really quick if that is physically defensive or specially defensive. I'd imagine it's gonna be physically. Shadow Sneak is supposed to do like 10%. I would say that pretty much lines up with that. So his Alakazam is at like, let's say 75%, and Aromatisse is at about 80%. So my switch into Nidoqueen here is just gonna be where it's at. I'm just gonna go into Nidoqueen on this thing. If he doubles out, that's fine. But Mirror is serving as a great deterrent for Alakazam. I should have knocked off, but I just wanted to make sure he doesn't have Dazzling Gleam, so. I'm gonna pull the switch into Chesticles here, predicting the Moonblast. It's gonna be 2 predicting. He does go for the Moonblast indeed. So now he's gonna switch something into a Poison Jab. He could go into Mamo. He could go into Heatran. I am going to go for the Earthquake, predicting the Heatran now. I'm gonna go for the Earthquake, predicting the Heatran. Anything he goes into is not gonna like this Earthquake. It's not. And if he stays in, touche. Like, that's it. I'm predicting the switch out into Heatran right now. I gotta predict the switch into Heatran. Because Heatran, like, the Poison move is so obvious. The Poison move is so obvious. And he's seen 2 of my moves, so he might not know if I have Earth Power or not. He might think I'm carrying coverage. He might try to go into Heatran and take the Poison Jab. And if he Moonblast, that's fine. He's gonna take some damage from an EQ. He's not going to want to take a poison jab, so I doubt he's going to stay in because a poison jab, I don't know if it'll kill, but it will do a lot. It will do a lot. Defensive Aromatisse, a poison jab coming from this thing. It actually, at this range, it's going to kill. It's like an 80% chance to kill, so he knows that. He's got to go into Heatran. Switching to Heatran, man. Take that Stealth Rocks damage. Anything that comes in, though, is just going to take Stealth Rocks. I could break that Mamos, Focus Sash. Obviously, Alakazam can't come in. He can't come in on an Earthquake now with anything. Azumarill is not going to appreciate taking a big hit. He's going to switch, go into Heatran, and don't have an Air Balloon, please. In comes Bane. Who is Bane? That's the... Oh, it is. Is it on an Air Balloon? Is it on an Air Balloon? It's going to take Stealth Rocks. It is on the Air Balloon. I should have Ice Punched. I should have Ice Punched. So, in comes Heatran. Now, he has a chance to get up his Rocks if this is his Rock Setter. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Now, I could stay in and Ice Punch to break the balloon. I can go into Chansey here and start to Thunder Wave things, which could be nice. Chansey's definitely my best switch in to take on anything this thing wants to do. Or I can go into Luke's mom to get some momentum and just start firing off Hydro Pumps because he's got nothing that wants to take one. But I think for now, Chansey's the safest switch in. So he does have an Air Balloon. I'm not too surprised about that. Good play on his part. Good play. So he's got the Air Balloon. Ice Punch was just too risky there. He's going to go for Lava Plume, so that's fine with me. So what that means is something's either going to get paralyzed or I'm going to be able to break his I just want to put Lava Plume on here. I could either paralyze something or I could break his Focus Set or his air balloon right now. I think I should just Seismic Toss whatever comes in just for chip damage. The Thunder Wave would be nice, but I do think breaking this Air Balloon is going to be important for me because then he doesn't have a switch in for Nidoqueen anymore. So let's just go for that because I don't think he can do anything to me. He could Toxic me, I don't care. He's got Lava Plume. I just hope he doesn't have Rocks. I really would prefer him to not get up Rocks. My team doesn't mind it too much. He has to get his Toxic, so he's a defensive set. That's fine. So Toxic Lava Plume, that's fine with me. So Toxic Lava Plume. He's going to take a big Seismic Toss here, which will break his Air Balloon, so that's good. So this is no item. Let me just make some notes here. No item, and Aromatisse has lefties. And that did a decent amount. I could actually just go for a T-Wave on whatever wants to switch in here, and I think that makes the most sense. If he switches in something like Azumarill, it'll just get paralyzed, and that's going to really hinder its ability to continue. Aromatisse is probably carrying Aromatherapy, but if I force him to use it, then that gives me one extra turn. So he's going to switch out. If he goes into Mamo, touche, man. It's probably the Mamo. It is the Mamo on the T-Wave. Okay. Okay. So in comes Mamoswine. I'm not going to want to stay in here, in all honesty. He could get up his Rocks, though. This is a really good opportunity for me to switch into Rotom. I'm not even going to think. I'm just going to go straight into Rotom. I'm just going to go straight into Rotom because he's not going to want to take a Hydro Pump. There's no reason to overthink this play. I'm going to cure my health. He did take Stealth Rocks damage. I didn't see lefties. If he had Sash, that's fine. His Stealth Rocks, if he gets him up, that's fine. I'm going to pressure him out with a Hydro Pump here in a second, and he's not going to like that. His best move is Icicle Crash or Earthquake. I resist both those with Rotom. I'm not gonna overpredict. I'm just gonna make the safe play. Just go into Rotom here. That Thunder Wave kind of stinks that he did go into Mamo. But at least I know his Heatran's defensive. So in comes Rotom. He's gonna go for Superpower. So interesting play there. He probably has Superpower just for chance. That's gonna do a lot of damage. That did a lot of damage. And he takes some damage. So he is Life Orb. So that means he's Life Orb, and he does have Superpower. So now I have to see if I actually outspeed, because if I don't outspeed, we're in a little bit of trouble here. Let me see here. Mamoswine against Rotom. Let me just see, because I actually am not running full speed investment. So if he's running Superpower, he's gonna actually be faster than me if he's max speed. If he's max speed, he's gonna be faster than me, which is a bit scary. It's a bit scary. I think I should go into Mirror Mirror here, or he'll be scared and he'll switch out. Do I want to save Rotom right now? Do I want to take this chance and just fire off a big Hydro Pump? I'm not going to outspeed though. He's definitely going to be faster than me. Do I sacrifice Luke's mom here for the gusto? Superpower on Mamo. Okay. Okay. Do I need this thing? Do I need this thing? Evaluating his team, do I need this thing? This would be nice against Azumarill because I do outspeed, but an Aqua Jet's going to do a lot at this point. Heatran, this would be nice as well, but I do still have a couple threats for it. I think I can try to force him to overpredict here, and I just don't want to overpredict. Hydro Pump's gonna hurt anything that comes in, though. I'm gonna Hydro Pump. If I lose Luke's mom, he's gonna stay in and kill me. Okay. Okay. Mamo kills Rotom. But he's -2. He's -2. That's gonna give me an opportunity to go into whatever I want. He's got a switch. So a -2 Mamo is gonna open the door for me to get into anything I want, including Mew. I can go into Mew here, and I can just U-turn out whatever he wants to switch in. He's gonna take Stealth Rock's damage on stuff. That gives me a good opportunity to like try to do some work here. I think I can go into Mew to get the pivot out and just U-turn out. I can go into Mirror and knock off whatever he wants to send in. He's -2 attacks, that's fine. I can go into aDriven and just fire off a big Stone Edge, which is going to do a lot, but Aromatisse, that baits in Aromatisse. So I think in Mew, just go into Mew and fake this Choice Scarf here. He might go for Ice Shard, but I just want to bait this Choice Scarf because he actually is minus attack and minus defense, so he's definitely got to switch out here. So I'm just going to go for the U-turn and just get the heck out of here. I want to bait the Choice Scarf. I want to fake the Choice Scarf here. So Life Orb Mamo is at about, it's about 60%, 70%. We'll say 70 just to be safe. But he's gonna switch out, so he's probably gonna go into whatever he goes into. I'm gonna get momentum here. He's going to Beauty, so he is gonna go into the Aromatisse, which is gonna open the door for me to get off a little bit more chip damage with this U-turn, and allow me to go into Nidoqueen again, which of course can fire off a Poison Jab. And I think this time is when we fire off that Poison Jab, because Heatran cannot come in. Heatran does not want to come in again. So let's go into Chesticles. We're gonna fire off that Poison Jab this time. If he goes into Heatran, you know, that's fine. It's going to be resisted, but then I could fire off an Earthquake on Heatran, so he's going to have to switch a lot if he wants to make this work. So let's fire off a Poison Jab. I'm not even going to think about it. We're just going to do it. I want to just really try to keep the offensive momentum up right now. That's what I want to do. I want to keep putting the pressure on him. He stays in with Aromatisse. This does 86 to 100, and it's going to kill. Nidoqueen picks up its second kill. Not bad. I faked him out twice, not attacking the Aromatisse. The third time is when we attack it. He's going to go into Alakazam, which is not an appropriate counter for this thing. But he does get the Sheer Force boost, which is a bit scary. He's going to trace my Sheer Force. Sub, Shadow Ball, Psychic Move, and maybe Focus Blast. I think this is a good switch in for Chansey now. I think this is our opportunity to go into Chansey. He might go for Psyshock. It seems very likely, or he goes for Sub. But I think this is our opportunity to go into Chansey. I think this is when we need to bring in Chansey and just try to sponge some hits, because I'm taking like 30% from this thing when he goes for Focus Blast, which has a high chance to miss, etc. He's gonna go for the Sub. He's gonna bring him down to about 40%. I know he's got Sheer Force, that's a little scary, but I could just break his Sub with a Seismic Toss. So we'll see how much this does. I'm at 249. He's gonna go for the knockoff. Wow, knockoff Alakazam. I was not expecting that at all, actually. So he actually knocks off my Eviolite. I can go for Seismic Toss here, though, and I believe another Seismic Toss will have a chance to kill. I do want to just double check that. So he might be forced to switch out. A little scary here, but I think I could take a hit even without my Eviolite. Let me take my Eviolite off because it's gone now, and let me see what Alakazam can do to me. Mega Alakazam, not regular Alakazam. Mega Alakazam. Do I take this opportunity to just kill this thing? He can't Shadow Ball. So he's got to actually, you know what I do? I think he's going to go for a move that I resist. I think I can go into Sableye here, Mega Sableye, because he's not going to Shadow Ball because it won't hit me, and he's not going to knock off again. He's going to go for a Psychic. He's not going to Sub because I'll just break his Sub. Let's go into Sableye, and a Shadow Sneak will kill from here. I'll force him to switch out. He's got to go for like Psyshock or Shadow Ball are his last two moves. I'm assuming Psyshock is his last move. It would be too tempting for him to not run a Psychic move. Knockoff was good, though. Knockoff was really smart. He knew that Chansey was his big counter, so he's going to switch. Fearing, actually, it's going to give me an opportunity to go straight into Sableye. He's going to go into Mac, so that actually works out really well for me because Sableye actually handles this thing pretty well because I am fully defensive. So let's see here, because he's got physically attacking Mamoswine. The standard set actually puts his Earthquake doing it about 50%, so even with a Life Orb. So I can live any hit from this thing, and I can go for a Recover. I could fire off a big knockoff here, or I could try to burn him, which would effectively cripple this thing. I'm thinking the knockoff makes the most sense. He's going to hit me, take Life Orb damage. Knockoff is going to bring him down to an appropriate amount. It's going to bring him down to about kill range, and then a Shadow Sneak should kill. So let's just do that, because if I have an opportunity to kill this thing, it's a very big offensive threat. I should be able to take an Earthquake, unless he's like adamant, but he did outspeed the Rotom, so I'm assuming he is max speed. Or at least pretty darn close. So the Earthquake should come in. I should live it. He'll take Life Orb damage. Knock Off will knock him down to a point where Shadow Sneak should kill, and we should be okay. That's the plan, skis. That's the plan, skis. Knock Off on that. He's gonna go for the EQ. So this should do about 45 to 50%. Falls right in line with our calc. Perfect. I did forget about Ice Shard in all honesty, but I'm gonna go for the knockoff here. It's going to bring him down to a very low range. And this is an opportunity for me to do one of two things. I could sacrifice Mirror Mirror here knowing the Ice Shard's coming. I could take the Ice Shard with aDriven. Does he know I have Shadow Sneak? He does know I have Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak would kill. Do I want to keep this thing alive? Do I want to keep this thing alive? Do I want to keep Sableye alive? That is the question. That is the question. I don't want to take a hit with aDriven. That seems dumb to me. Chansey doesn't want to come in either. Chesticles doesn't want to take an Ice Shard. Mew can come in and take an Ice Shard. How much does Mew take from an Ice Shard right now? Can I come in with Mew and take 2? Let me see, because he actually doesn't have his Life Orb anymore. I just knocked it off. So let me see how much an Ice Shard does. It would be dumb to switch in on an Earthquake. Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm at level 100. Let me fix this. An Earthquake is a 50% chance. Ice Shard does about 25%, so I could take 2. I could pretty safely bring in Mew here and save Sableye. And I can take an Earthquake and an Ice Shard if I have to. And that allows me to come in and U-turn out and gain momentum again. So let's do that. Predicting the Ice Shard, we're going to go into Mew to take the Ice Shard. I just want to keep Sableye alive because I like having that Shadow Sneak for Mega Alakazam later. So I'm going to go into Mew, predicting the Ice Shard. If he goes for Earthquake, then I'll be very upset. He did go for Earthquake. Oh boy, that was not a good play. He gets a crit too. He crits me with Earthquake. That's not good. That is not good. I'm just gonna go for Sucker Punch in case he Ice Shards. That's gonna kill. Okay. That was a bad play on my part. That was a very bad play on my part. Because he would have been able to, he would have died to a Shadow Sneak. So I'm a little bit bummed about that. I'm actually really bummed about that because that was a terrible play. It was a very bad play by me. What this does though is I do outspeed the rest of his Pokemon with Mew. So I can actually U-turn out. I can reveal that I'm not Scarfed here in a second. In comes Bugs Bunny, which is the Azumarill. The Aqua Jet, I'm assuming, is certainly incoming here. Just in case he does an Aqua Jet, I think I should just U-turn. Although he's gonna Aqua Jet. He's gonna Aqua Jet. What do I bring in on an Aqua Jet? Do I want to keep Mew or do I want to keep Mirror Mirror? I think I want to keep Mirror Mirror. I could Gunk Shot. I really wanted to get this thing on a Gunk Shot, but that's not gonna happen now. That is not gonna happen now. I think I just have to make sure he can't set up on me, and I think I should just Gunk Shot. Because if he goes for Aqua Jet, that's gonna be a problem. Let me think about this for a second. This is a very important move. It's a very important move. What can I bring in on this thing? How much does Terrakion do with that Poison Jab I want to fire off? How much does Terrakion do with that Poison Jab I want to fire off? It doesn't kill, that's for sure. Do I have anything for this? This was the problem that I was worried about. This thing right here. How does Chansey? Chansey's not gonna want to take a superpower. This is a bit scary. I could Sucker Punch and see how much that does. He's got to be carrying the Aqua Jet. How much does a Sucker Punch do to a Azumarill? It's a resisted hit, and if he belly drums, I'm in trouble. This thing's scary. This thing is very scary. Sucker Punch only does like 13%. I think I just need to click Gunk Shot. That crit with that freaking Earthquake was huge. I overpredicted. I'm gonna Gunk Shot. He's gonna Aqua Jet. There's the Aqua Jet, so I know he has it. I won't be able to tell what set he is, but that's fine. Azumarill, Aqua Jets. I know I could take one Aqua Jet with aDriven. Can Nidoqueen take an Aqua Jet? Nidoqueen does outspeed too. And actually, can I take an Aqua Jet though? Can I take an Aqua Jet with Nidoqueen? If he is adamant, if he's not banded, I can. If he's banded, I lose Chesticles. That's scary. If he is banded Azumarill, I will lose Chesticles. If he's E-Belt, I lose it too. But I kill with Poison Jab. I have 115 out of 181. Which equals 63%. So by the damage calc, I actually do live the hit. I do live the hit, barely, if he's not banded Azumarill. If he's banded Azumarill, I am in trouble. I'm very much in trouble. We're gonna take the chance. We're gonna go to Chesticles here and just hope he's not banded, because I don't know what else I could do to Azumarill. The Poison Jab is very obvious. I should outspeed. If he goes for If he goes for Aqua Jet, he's gonna outspeed, but I should live with just a few HP here. If he goes into Heatran, fine, I Earthquake. This is the biggest turn of the match right here. Me switching Mew in on that Earthquake was huge. That was really dumb. This is huge. If he's not banded, I don't think he would run banded because he knew that Vileplume would be a huge problem. He needed to carry Ice Punch. He's gonna switch. He's gonna go into Heatran. Gonna go into Heatran. Yep, there's the Heatran. Now, do I outspeed Heatran? He's defensive. I should outspeed Heatran. This is kind of risky if I don't actually outspeed him. What's Heatran's base defense? It's actually 77. So if he's max speed, I'm not running max speed. I'm actually running very little speed investment here. I'm actually gonna switch. I'm gonna switch into Hard Boil here. I don't want to take any damage on Chesticles right now. Chesticles can take out Azumarill. Chesticles can take out Azumarill. And the fact that he switched makes me think he might actually be banded. But I know, even without the Eviolite, I could take on anything from this. I could take on anything. It's not a big deal. He's going to go for that Lava Plume. Not surprised. I think my best play here is just fire off a big... I can either go for the T-Wave, which would make sense, because nothing wants to get paralyzed. Or I could Soft Boil here. Because I could take one... Can I take a Superpower without my Eviolite, though? From a zoo? Can I take a Superpower without my Eviolite? I doubt it, dude. Azumarill hits so hard. Azumarill hits so hard. A Superpower without my Eviolite? Actually, it's a close roll. Do I Soft Boil here? Or do I Seismic Toss? Or do I T-Wave? I think I should Soft Boil. I'm gonna Soft Boil. He's gonna go for Stone Edge. He's mixed Heatran. I take that though, no problem. I'm max defense. That was scary actually, that was really scary. So I know he's got Stone Edge, which leads me to believe he's probably not carrying... I'm gonna just fire off a T-Wave now. He doesn't have Aromatisse anymore. If he goes into a Azumarill, it's gonna get paralyzed. He's going for Toxic, so he's trying to Toxic Stall me. That's fine, he's gonna get paralyzed. And he has no forms of recovery either. Whereas Chansey could take a hit from Azumarill if I have to. There's the T-Wave. I'm gonna take poison damage, which is fine. He's gonna have to get a tremendous crit to kill me. And I outspeed now because of the T-Wave. I have nothing that I want to bring in yet, so I'm just gonna fire off a Seismic Toss, or I could double Thunder Wave. But I think Seismic Toss makes the most sense, because if Azumarill comes in, I'll get that chip damage off on it too, so... we're gonna hit this thing with a Seismic Toss. Gonna do, hopefully it's 2 KO from there. It looks like it is, it's pretty close. In comes the Lava Plume. Not too surprising. That doesn't really do anything. I can take it no problem. This is basically setting up him to get in the Azumarill for free though. But any damage I can get off on this thing is huge. Now the question is, do I sacrifice Hard Boiled here, or do I just go for the Seismic Toss and kill this thing? Because I'm not really worried about Alakazam, because I do have Shadow Sneak on Mirror Mirror, and I do have Quick Attack on Terrakion. So I think I just need to fire off a Seismic Toss here, kill this thing, and that's gonna bring in the Azumarill, which is fine. So that should be fine. So Chansey kills Heatran with Seismic Toss. So he's down to just 2, but that Azumarill is a problem. In comes the Azumarill. He's gonna take more Stealth Rocks damage. We're gonna find out what he's gonna do. He's probably just gonna Aqua Jet, which is fine. On the off chance, I'm actually going to... I'm gonna Seismic Toss in case he subs. In case he's sub or Belly Drum or something. I wanna make sure I could hit him. If he is Belly Drum, dude, I might be in trouble here. I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble if he's Belly Drum. Oh my god. I have some priority, but he's got Aqua Jet, so that's a bit scary. He's gonna go for Aqua Jet, that's gonna kill. Yeah, there's no way I was living that, so... Alright, here we go. Same situation. As long as he's not banded... As long as he's not banded, a Poison Jab will kill this thing. And he can't bring in... you know, Alakazam. So I'm just gonna stick with my guns here, my initial plans. And we should be able to live in Aqua Jet as long as he's not banded or Expert Belt. Come on, Chesticles, you've been a beast this entire match. I need you to take an Aqua Jet right now. I need you to live. He's gonna go for the Aqua Jet. I don't want to look. Yes! Let's go, Chesticles! You freaking legend, dude! The calc was right. He is not banded. That is going to take him out. Nidoqueen kills Azumarill with Poison Jab. Oh my god, he lives the hit with 7 HP. The calc said I would live it with just a bit. In comes your Wizard Harry, which is his Mega Alakazam. Now I just need to do some quick mathematics here and see if it makes sense for me to save my Pokemon for differential purposes, or whether I should just sacrifice off Nidoqueen here. He's got Shadow Ball, Knockoff, Sub, etc. I think I just sacrifice Chesticles here, go into Mirror Mirror, go over the Shadow Sneak, and say GG. I'm pretty sure that's all we need to do. I'm gonna just sacrifice this thing. If he can't go for Sub, he's got to attack. He's gonna probably Shadow Ball, I'd imagine. Just go for Poison Jab. He's gonna kill me off. That's fine. He's gonna go for Psyshock, so that's his last move. So Alakazam kills Nidoqueen with Psyshock. Okay. So now, do I give the kill to Sableye or do I give the kill to Terrakion? I'm gonna give the kill to Sableye. Shadow Sneak should have no issues killing. Let me just double check, but I think we're good. Don't be mad at me for checking this. I just want to double check. It should do like 50%, but I just want to make sure that a Shadow Sneak will kill. It should. We're going to go in Mirror Mirror here, and hopefully just pick up a nice little Shadow Sneak kill. I do have Quick Attack on Terrakion as well, so, and I'm Scarf, so it doesn't really matter, but knowing his full moveset now, a Shadow Sneak should seal the victory here and pick up a 2-0 over Old Man Tup. In comes the Shadow Sneak. Living that Aqua Jet was huge. Big props to Old Man Tup here as Sableye is going to pick up the last kill. Sableye kills Mega Alakazam with Shadow Sneak. Guys, check out Old Man Tup's channel in the description. We are now 5-0 in the GBA. Very, very good match. I decided I was bringing the offense this week. Everyone tells, you know, the defensive Pokemon, aDrive's just too defensive with his walls. I brought the offense, and we brought the onslaught. Nidoqueen picking up a tremendous performance. Sableye holding it down, and really a great job overall from the entire team. I'm very hyped. Again, give some props to Old Man Tup, guys. I know he just had surgery, so make sure you go show him some love on his channel. Link in the description. Make sure you show him some love. And of course, please leave a thumbs up rating for me. That would be absolutely tremendous. We are the only team in the GBA that is 5-0. Mulvone is 4-0 as well, so we'll see what his match entails and whether he's able to come up with another victory. But winning that 2-0 is going to further enhance our chances at a playoff run, which I'm still, you know, very optimistic about, and I'm just staying cautious week by week, guys, week by week. I hope you did enjoy this battle. That was a very, very epic battle. Lots of close calls. Again, I think it really came down to Nidoqueen, physical Nidoqueen, put in that work. You know, no hacks this week, which is really awesome. He got that one crit EQ, which did make a difference on Mew, because I would have been able to live potentially an Aqua Jet or an Ice Shard or whatever. But either way, man, super, super epic battle. So big props to Old Man Tup. I am very excited, guys, if you can't tell. And that's going to be a 5-0, baby. We have John, a.k.a. Pokemon, up next. He is a very tough opponent. So I'm going to start my preparation right now, because we're going to need it. But that's it. St. Louis Rampardos coach aDrive. I am out of here. Peace.